So now I want to talk to you about simplifying visual information on the screen, particularly where data is concerned. Let's assume that you're working with a typically garish, that's the only word for this, bar chart that has all this sort of visual noise happening. We got a background, we got drop shadows, we've got three-dimensional bars, we got all sorts of stuff going on here. This is way too complex for something that is so simple. So in 7 moves, I'm going to show you how to make this a lot less cluttered, easier to read, and quicker to understand. Ready? Let's go. First and foremost, remove all backgrounds. There's no reason for that goofy tiled whatever it is back there to be there. It's just noise. It's unnecessary. Number 2, remove redundant labels. Take a look at the labeling here. At the very top, we see smartphone users by age group. On the left, percentage of total population. At the bottom again, we see users by age group. That's the same thing that's already said at the top in the title, smartphone users by age group. I got that. Now, take a look at the fact that there's a color key down at the bottom. Blue, 16 to 24, red, 25 to 34, etc., etc. Now, take a look at the chart. That association is already there. The blue bar with 16 to 24 under it, you're already telling me that information. So the key below is useless. It's unnecessary. It's redundant. So we remove it. We already know that this is percentage of users by age, by each age. So the percentages on the left speak for themselves. We don't need a label for that. We also don't need to reinforce the relationship between the age and the color. It's already lined out there. It's labeled clearly already. Those extra labels are just noise, so we take them away. Next, we remove unnecessary borders and containers. Those boxes surrounding this are redundant. There's no reason to have a box around the whole chart. There's also no reason to have a box around the data area. It's just additional noise. You see how this is starting to become clearer, easier to look at, simpler? But we're not done yet. We're also going to reduce colors. We're going to highlight the most important data. Using a separate color for each age group really serves no purpose because the only thing we really want to know is how all these age groups compare to each other, and we probably want to know which age group has the highest use. So all these bars can be the same color, in this case gray, so that we can make the highest category, which is 25 to 34, stand out. Goes along with everything I've been saying so far. Show me what I absolutely need to know first, and give me all the other data, and make that most important. Think about how this data is going to be used. To take it one step further, we get rid of those 3D effects, the shadows, the drop shadows, the 3D modeling, all that stuff. It serves no purpose. It's noise, so we get rid of it. It's starting to get simpler, you see? We take it one step further. We visually separate the labels and the lines from the data by making those rules thinner and making the numbers on the left and the numbers at the bottom a shade of gray as opposed to black. When you do that, when you reduce the visual contrast of the labels and guides, what happens is the data itself starts to come forward. Now our focus is more on those bars, where they fall and what they mean. But we're actually not done yet. We also remove every extraneous line and every extraneous label that we can find. Do we really need those bars and those labels on the left side? Not really, because in many cases, and I've seen this in plenty of reporting packages, we can put the percentages inside the bar. So the first bar is 61%, second bar is 64%, and all we need are those labels at the bottom that tell us what the age ranges are. You see how much simpler this is? It's quick, it's fast. We can look at it, get it, move on. We got rid of all that extra stuff that was doing nothing but calling our attention to it and pulling us away from understanding the data in front of us.